Hey guys, Ben from Snowboard Gamer. This is my monthly segment where I go over the top games that I played the previous month. So this will be our top games played in February of 2018. And I break them into two categories, one by time played and another by number of plays. And what that hopefully does is shows you some of the different games, because sometimes a game that plays very shortly will get played a lot, and then a couple other games that take a long time to play will only get a few plays. But they're both important. And the purpose of this video is to show you what a real family that's into board games is playing right now. So, without further ado, let's get into the top games that we played in February of 2018 by playing time. I drew the line at number 6, and the cutoff was they had to have been played at least an hour or more last month. Number 6 is Pandemic Legacy Season 1. 2 to 4 players, ages 13 and up, in about 60 minutes. And our family played this last month. This game is a ton of fun. You play a 12 to 24 game campaign. Decisions you make in game 1, 2, and 3 last through the rest of the campaign. In Pandemic, you're trying to save the world and stop the spread of virus throughout the whole world. Number 5 is a game called Patchwork. Patchwork is a 2-player only game for ages 8 and up and plays in 15 to 30 minutes. In Patchwork, you have these patches that you're putting together to form a giant quilt. The theme of it is unique. I've never seen any other game about building a quilt. There's a lot of push and pull in this game. A lot of player interaction. If you take a piece that you know the other person needs, or sometimes you don't take a piece so that another piece is not available for purchase. It's a great 2-player game. Patchwork is great. Number 4, Terraforming Mars. Terraforming Mars is 1 to 5 players, ages 12 and up, plays in 90 to 120 minutes. This is one of my favorite games. It's in my top 5, definitely. In Terraforming Mars, each person represents a corporation racing to settle and terraform Mars. The endgame condition is once you've raised the temperature from negative 30 or some odd to positive 8, I think. The oxygen from 0 to 14%, and you've deployed all the water tiles onto Mars. And whenever you plant greenery, it raises the oxygen. You produce energy, which produces heat and then raises the temperature. You build power plants. It's so cool, especially if you're into science. I love Terraforming Mars, one of my favorite games. Number 3, Custom Heroes. 2 to 6 players, ages 14 and up, and plays in about 45 minutes. This is a trick-taking game, which means someone plays cards and you have to play similar or higher cards. There's a couple interesting aspects to it though. If you play the same cards as the previous player, for example, if the player to my right plays 2 2s, I have to play 2 2s or higher. I could play 2 3s or 2 4s. But if I play 2 2s, it actually skips the next player. So that's one interesting aspect of it. The other one is that each player gets these plastic inserts that can modify the cards. That's why it's called Custom Heroes. By the end of the game, you have a totally customized deck because you slide them in. You can make a card +3, -2, +7. You can make one a wild. You can make it count as 2 copies of the same card. So it adds a lot of variability to the trick-taking genre. Number 2, Secret Hitler. This is our favorite social game. We play this a ton. 5 to 10 players, 17 and up. But you can play with teenagers, and plays in 45 minutes. And Secret Hitler is a pre-World War II theme with a liberal government in Germany and fascists trying to take over the government and install Hitler as their leader. This game is just full of all kinds of crazy moments where you're not sure who is who and you're trying to figure out who's who. There's secret identities. The fascists know who each other are, but the liberals don't. If you haven't played Secret Hitler, I highly recommend it. Number 1 played game in February is Jaipur. This is a game that we played for the first time this January and just fell in love with it. It's actually a 9-year-old game. It came out in 2009. It's 2-player only, ages 12 and up, and plays in about 30 minutes. Very quick. It's a card game where you're trading cards and trying to collect cards of the same color and then selling the cards for rupees. It's really fun. If you haven't played Jaipur, I think it's around a $20 game. Excellent 2-player game. It says 12 and up, but you could totally play with an 8-year-old. Those are our top played games based on playing time. Now let's pivot and talk about our top played games based on raw play count. And some of them are the same. Let's start with number 7. I drew the line at number 7. They had to have at least 2 plays in February to make the cut. Number 7 is Werewords. Werewords is 4 to 10 players, ages 8 and up, and plays in about 10 minutes. I like to describe Werewords as 20 questions, with secret identities, which is kind of a cool twist to the 20 questions game. You never know who's who. There's a werewolf trying to lead people astray, a seer trying to lead people towards the word. The seer who leads people towards the word can't be too obvious, otherwise the werewolf can nail the seer. Great quick game, plays in 10 minutes. Number 6 is Love Letter Batman. This game is for 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up, and plays in 20 minutes. If you haven't played any of the Love Letters, go out and get a copy. You can get original Love Letter for less than 10 bucks. It's played with a deck of 16 cards, that's it. But it's really cool because everyone has one card, but no one knows what your card is. And on your turn, you draw a card, and then you play one of your 2 cards. And each card has a little bit of a different power. And some of the cards you can try and guess what someone else has. So as more cards come out, it increases your odds of correctly guessing what card someone has. If you guess their card, they're out of the round. Other cards make you trade hands. And at the end of the round, you're just trying to be the person with the highest card. Every time we play Love Letter, it's just a ton of fun. And the Batman edition is our favorite because you actually get a point for guessing someone's cards, which adds an extra element to the game. Definitely check out Love Letter if you haven't played Love Letter yet. Number 5 is Patchwork. We already talked about this game. So I'm gonna move on to number 4, which is Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. This is another secret identities game. Plays 4 to 12 players, ages 14 and up, and plays in 20 minutes. It's a quick game. In Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, there's a murder that happened. The murderer and the accomplice have secret identities, but they know who each other are. And there is a forensic scientist who is trying to lead people towards the right solution to the crime, which is how did the person die, what evidence was left behind at the scene, and who is the murderer. So it's kind of got that clue aspect to it, but with hidden identities and team-based, much more modernized, very streamlined, 20 minutes, a lot of fun. The top 3 based on play count are the same as based on playing time. Custom Heroes, Secret Hitler, and Jaipur at number 1. So those are our top played games in February. Hopefully this gave you some ideas of what games to play with your friends and family. For anyone who's interested in some geeky stats, we played 36 gameplays in February, 16 unique games, 3 games that were brand new to us, Jaipur, Sagrada, and Odin's Ravens. We played with 27 different people. It was a fun month and I'm looking forward to March. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more board game videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys!